If you've got a non-self-cleaning oven that's seen better days and really needs a good cleaning, you might be ready to pull out those heavy-duty chemicals and wear heavy-duty gloves, a face mask, the whole thing. You don't have to do that. I've got a technique that you can use to clean your non-self-cleaning oven and get rid of that grease and grime and gunky buildup so that it looks amazing and you don't have to use the harsh stuff. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Melissa Maker. I am an accidental cleaning expert. I've been here on YouTube since 2012, sharing the most efficient and effective ways to get your cleaning done right the first time. So if you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe. Oh, and give this video a thumbs up if you like fresh, homemade pizza right out of the oven, gluten-free or otherwise. Cleaning your oven really is a choose your own adventure type cleaning task because you can dial it up or dial it down as much as you want. In other words, depending on how much effort you want to put in, you can really go full force or you can kind of squeak by. So today I'm just going to be showing you how to clean the cavity of the oven itself. But a few things I want to point out. First and foremost, cleaning the oven really should happen on a fairly regular basis. I can't tell you, I can't like prescribe an exact amount of time. You'll know based on how frequently you cook and how frequently things bubble over. But essentially when you start to see spills and crusty buildup at the bottom of the oven, it'll eventually cook and cook and cook until it becomes carbonized or like blackened. And then what'll happen is you'll start to get smoke when you're cooking. It'll affect the flavors of your food. You'll kind of think your kitchen's on fire. So that's why it's really important to kind of stay on top of this and make sure that you're cleaning your oven when you start to see and smell those cues. Now, when you're actually in the oven, aside from removing the racks, you want to be really careful that you're not getting product into fans if you have a convection oven or into any of the burners or coils or heating elements that are inside your oven either. You actually want to be really careful around that because you don't want to cause any damage. So when you're cleaning the inside cavity, just work your way around that. Now let's talk about in between those two glass panes in the oven door. They're a pain, okay? And the thing is, you can't really clean them. I mean, you will just void your warranty if you do it because you've got to take the door apart and oven manufacturers don't like when we try to do that stuff ourselves. Now you can kind of jimmy rig something where you put paper towel over a fly swatter and stick it up. Fine, if you want to try that, you can. I'm not going to demo that in this video because I don't have time for it, but if you want to try that, you certainly can. Just keep in mind, don't take your oven door apart. You will void the warranty. You'll probably notice here that I have some very simple cleaning products and easy to find household cleaning tools. That's because oven cleaning doesn't have to be complicated and it doesn't have to be harsh. You just have to know what you're doing and have a plan of attack. I'm not a firm believer in using heavy-duty oven cleaning chemicals. First of all, I'm not totally comfortable using them, and second of all, I don't want those chemicals in my oven that will then cook food that me and my family will eat. So that's why I like to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to give you a rundown of the things that I have here so that you can grab them and clean along with me. First and foremost, got some paper towel. I've got microfiber cloth and vinegar. This is for after the fact. We're not using this during the cleaning. I've then got dish soap and baking soda. That's right, I bought it from the bulk food store that we're gonna be using as our main product for cleaning the oven. I've got a scraper. You can use a windshield scraper, old credit card, or one of these. I'll link it for you down below. Then I've got a Scotch-Brite heavy duty scrub pad. Love these for this task. And I've also got some steel wool, which I probably won't use, but it's always good to have on hand in case you need to level up a bit. Oh, and I also have some newspaper, which I'll be putting on the floor to catch all the dirt. Today, I'm also going to be cleaning the drawer and the area under the drawer, so I will start by removing everything from the drawer. And this is just good general practice because when you're cleaning your oven, you might get some liquid dripping in. Next up, I'm removing the oven racks as well. You can clean those in the bathtub. I've got that video for you linked below. Now, lining the area with newspaper is a good idea. It just saves you from having to do additional cleanup afterward. Looking inside the cavity of the oven, if you will, you'll see there's quite a bit of buildup in there, and some of it's loose and some of it is hardened on, which is why I'm using this scraper to do some cursory cleaning. I want to get off as much as I can so that I don't actually have to scrub and clean that mess up. So I'm just using a paper towel to do that, wiping it all out. Now I'm making up a solution, 4 parts baking soda, 1 part dish soap, 1 part water. I'll stir it up, and you want to have a nice thick paste, so you can fiddle around with the consistency. If you want it a little bit thinner, go for it. I'm just applying it by hand here. I'm sure there's a more eloquent way to do it, but I just felt like going crazy town. So here I am. I'm putting it on the sides, even on the door, but I have a feeling I'm going to do the door with Barkeeper's Friend. Now I'm removing that drawer and just using a handheld vacuum to get under, because seriously, who is pulling out their oven? And I found a giant spider web, so it was a good thing I did it. Now I'm using a paper towel to wipe out any of the debris, and then I'm giving it a good spray because obviously I can't put this in the sink. I'm using a soap-filled sponge just to give it a good scrub down. Then I'm going to use a wet microfiber cloth to rinse the interior of this drawer, and I can put it off to the side. Little pro tip here is to put a towel down so that your knees don't get sore. Now in that bowl, I've just got some water. I've waited 30 minutes, by the way, to do this. That product has sat for 30 minutes, and I'm just starting to scrub. Now you guys will notice I'm using my left hand only. My right shoulder, for those of you who don't know, I dislocated it a while ago, so I actually can't clean with that arm, and it is my dominant arm, so my cleaning chops are a little bit suffering right now, but bear with me. So I'm doing a mix of the scraper and the heavy duty scrub pad, making sure to get the sides, the back, and of course the bottom as well. I'm gonna give this window a good cleaning, but again, I'm just gonna use Barkeeper's Friend because it needs that extra oomph. It took me between 5 and 10 minutes to scrub inside that oven. And again, I was using my non-dominant hand, so I didn't get the best results. But that's essentially the technique that you're going to use. And now I'm just using water and microfiber cloths to quote unquote rinse the inside of the oven because baking soda leaves a residue behind. I'm gonna finish it up with a vinegar rinse here. So I'm just taking another microfiber cloth and giving everything a final wipe down with some vinegar. That just helps to cut any residual grease and polish things up in there. Now I'm splashing water onto the interior oven window, and I'm sprinkling Barkeeper's Friend on there. It's a super powerful product, but you can only use it on the glass in here. I'm using that heavy duty scrub pad to get all of that buildup off. It really does take a little bit of effort, well, actually a lot of elbow grease, but it does come off, and this ended up coming out beautifully clean. So here I'm using a microfiber cloth dipped in water to quote unquote rinse it off. You might want to do it once or twice. And you can see that glass is clean. I mean, the interior panels are another story, but the glass itself is very clean. So now you know how to get that non-self-cleaning oven clean and ready for your next recipe. And that brings me to this week's comment question, which is, are you someone who does regular oven maintenance, or are you someone who waits until it's smoking and stinking and looks terrifying, and that's when you get ready to clean it? Let me know your preference in the comments down below. Honestly, this is a self-cleaning oven and I wait. I'm bad. I know I should do better. I should do better. Yet here I am. But I want to know what you do in the comments down below. If you like what we do here at Clean My Space, you can subscribe to our newsletter. It's called The Dirty Dish, and we share our favorite cleaning products and tools and techniques in that email. It comes right to your inbox. You can subscribe with the link down below. And since we're sitting right here at the oven, I'm going to share a video with you called 2 Easy Ways to Clean Your Oven Racks right over here, since that's a job you're going to have to do as well. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.